Aloha everyone. Welcome to your head to toe stretch video, a compilation of the last 4 that you've seen over the past few weeks. And this is more of a smooth transition through the sequence. So if you're really looking for a head to toe, you'll come to this one. If you're looking for a shorter 15-minute snippet of a certain area that you'd like to work on more, go ahead and reference the other videos. And I want to get started right away. So our props are the same as all of them. So we have blocks or pillows. We have a towel for seated positions to roll your hips forward. If you have really tight hamstrings, it's life-changing. And then your strap or belt or scarf. And we will use a chair or something to hold on to for those calf stretches. And we're going to start in cat-cow, warming up the spine. So come on to all fours. Spread your fingers wide. You can dig your fingertips into the mat and that gets everything engaged. Knees over hips, shoulders aligned with wrists. And inhale, let your belly sag, gaze goes high. Exhale, pull your stomach in, push the floor away, tuck your chin. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Do 3 using your own breath. It's super important to find your own cadence on this and really use your belly to start the momentum. And meet back into center when you've completed. And then just come into a seated position. You can be on your knees here if it's not as comfortable, or you can use your towel. And place your left hand, fingertips on the earth. Inhale your right hand straight up. Now make sure you're not bringing your shoulder with you, so lower your shoulder away from ear. Reach over to the left hand side of the room, fingertips long. Now to roll your shoulders back, we're going to gaze up at our upper arm, and it brings the whole chest back. Then inhale, find length. Exhale, deeper over to the left. Another thing on this, you can use a block here to make the earth a little bit closer, or you can come down onto your elbow if that feels better for you. Just keep breathing it with the intention. Each inhale brings length to your spine, and each exhale dives you deeper over to the side. Push into your hand or block and switch sides. Left fingertips to the earth, right arm, left arm to the sky. Reach over to your right hand side and then look up at your arm, rotating your chest back. Inhale, length. Exhale, dive deeper. Both sitting bones stay on the earth. So if you're lifting, you've gone too far. Really ground into that. And push the earth away and come back to center. Right hand on left knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let's just do it gently at first and reach over to your left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Even your gaze goes all the way to the left. And then slowly release, come back to center. Left hand, right knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And slowly come back to center. Lean back and clasp underneath your right foot. We're going to do our ankle circles. So remember, we're going to start with a rotation and the movement comes from the ankle. So try to make as big of a circle as you possibly can without your toes doing the work. So just really come from the ankles. This is ongoing. It can change daily depending on what you do. If you took a long walk on the beach or you were surfing, playing tennis, you might have different areas of your ankle that got tight. Reverse direction, please. Notice where it's a little bit harder and just concentrate in that spot. Like really look down at your foot, connect with what you're doing. And then here we're going to point our foot, and again the flex comes from the ankle, so you're driving your heel to the front of the room, and then point and flex. 2 more. And release. And we'll do the left foot. Reach underneath your thigh, lift your foot, and begin to do circles. Again, you can always improvise, sit on your couch or anything. Any of these are with modifications can be done. Okay, so see, I just wasn't connecting to my foot and I was doing some really funky circles. So let me look back down, come all the way around, make a nice circle. You can go on autopilot when you're stretching, and it's just not as effective. It might be relaxing, which is great too. Reverse circle. But be kind to yourself. It changes every single day. And this is something that you can do to just really do good things for your body. Connect. Go ahead and point, and then flex. Drive that heel forward. Point, flex. 2 more. All right. Place your foot down. We're going to come to stand. So remove your towel to the side. Bring your feet out wide, your toes point outward. And remember, you want your knees to go right over ankles and you don't want them to collapse in. So go ahead and squat down. Make sure you're not here. To really open up through your knees and then drive through your foot. Remember, the big tall ball mound, the little toe ball mound, and the heel are all even points. So you're coming down into your squat, knees over ankles, push through your feet and come back up and stand. Come back down. Dip your left shoulder to right knee. Inhale back to center, and your right shoulder, left knee. Back to center, come back up. You can make this a little bit wider. You're gonna lunge from side to side, and you don't want your knee to go beyond your toes. So make it nice and wide, knee over ankle, back to center, knee over ankle. 1 more each side. Bring up the inner thighs, outer thighs around your knee. And then just heel toe all the way in. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Again, pressing into all 3 areas of your foot. So the big toe side, the little toe side, and your heel, and you're grounding in. Sit back, so you don't want your knees going over your toes. You're gonna sit straight back. Arms can come in front of you, they can come above you, or they can just be on your hips. And sit back, so you really feel your thighs engage. Put your weight back now, more towards your heel. You're still pressing on the ball mound, but you can lift your toes up. See if you can sink a little bit deeper. And then press evenly through your feet and stand. 1 more time. Sink back, arms straight out. They can come above. Sink, sink, sink. And press. And release. We're gonna grab a chair now. And let's see. Grab onto the outside of your foot. This opens up your chest. Bring your knees together, and then your heel towards your buttocks. This is another one where you can use a strap if you just can't quite reach. You can wrap around the top of your foot so that you have a longer extension here. And the reason for the chair, I know you can probably balance, but the intention isn't on balancing right now. I really want to get you into the belly of the muscle and connecting. So go ahead and take a deep breath. And exhale. Pull your belly in, your lower belly in, so that your tailbone points straight down to the earth, and you should feel a deeper stretch in your psoas and hip flexors. Your standing leg is really grounded into those areas of your foot. And exhale, release. Other side. Grab for the outside of your foot. Knees come together. heel towards your glutes. Pull your belly in so it adjusts you in your pelvis in the right position. And breathe, really connect. Where do you feel it? I want this right in the belly of the muscle and then through the hip flexor, and you might even feel it towards your abs, which your psoas lies deep in there. And release. All right, so let's get our blocks or pillows. We're going to do a forward fold. So bring your feet hip distance apart. Start with your belly. Pull your belly in, that hinges you forward, and fold forward. Reach for your blocks or pillows, and then let your head just hang down towards the earth. Really release all of this tension. Notice where your foot distribution is, where the weight is. See if you can change it around or just press into different areas, and notice what lights up when you do so. You're more than welcome to grab onto opposite elbows here and just really let that spine relax. And then come back to your blocks. Step your left foot back with your toes out slightly. Your feet are hip distance apart or more, like railroad tracks. So your feet aren't in a line. Step out. And then your front toes are forward. And then square your hips so that they face the front. And then draw your right hip back. And you should really feel this all light up on the back side of your front leg. Inhale and lift and lengthen. And then exhale, fold over your front leg. And depending on where you are today, it might look different than the last time we did it. Try not to lock into your knee too much. Leave a little squishiness here to protect your knee. And really use your breath here. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, fold in deeper. Push into your hands and switch. Bring your left foot forward, right foot back. Same thing, angle your toes out, walk your leg out in the front. Toes point straight forward. Draw your left hip back. Watch that your knee isn't locked. Inhale, find length. Press through your feet equally, and exhale, fold. Push through your hands. Step your back foot up to forward. And then cross your left leg behind your right so that your pinky toes are next to each other. Now inhale, exhale, hollow out your belly and hinge forward. You can still use your pillows or blocks here. And then try to find the equal balance on your feet, even in this pose. Even though it might be hard to be like that cross, just work towards that. You should feel it on the back leg, on the outside IT band and outer hip. And then lift your sitting bones up towards the sky, and then let your head relax. Inhale up to a flat back and just switch sides. So you can bring all the way around and flip to the front so that the right leg is now behind. Toes, little toes are near each other. Find the balance in your feet, distributing the weight equally. Inhale, lift, flat back, and exhale, fold. Another thing, if you don't have blocks and you're really wanting to do this stretch and you're kind of feeling wobbly, a chair is another great thing for this, because you can just come here and you can bring your elbows down or even your head down, and then you're not having to worry about the balance. Balance is great techniques in yoga and things, and if you're working on balance, fantastic, but here I really want you tuned into what you're stretching, getting the belly of the muscle, that kind of thing. When you're ready, you can push up and come meet us in stand. And then we're gonna do our raises. So we're gonna come up onto the ball mound of our feet, but not onto our toes. We're not just over flexing. So hip distance apart, and really consciously come up onto the ball mound equally on the big toe, little toe side, and lower. Come on up and lower. One more time. Now take your right foot back on the front of your foot, top side of your foot, and then pull your belly in, square yourself forward. You might need to scoot your foot back if you're not feeling anything, and it gives you a little deeper stretch. It will start to go up the front of your lower leg as well, or ankle or foot, depending on where you're tight and flexible. And now we'll switch sides. So press into the standing leg, bring your foot back, left foot goes back, top of the foot onto the mat, and get situated. And then maybe you need to pick up your foot and slide it back more. Just weigh it out and see. You can also use a chair here for stability. And then step through your standing leg and come back. All right, we're gonna grab our chair again, or whatever you need to hold on, and step your right foot back and your left foot forward. And knee goes right over ankle. You can come up onto the ball mound of the back foot. And then when you find a good position with your knee over ankle, you can begin to drop your heel towards the earth in the back for a nice calf stretch. Breathe into this, pull your belly in so you're not just dumping into your lower abs, so really stay engaged. Couple breaths here. And then it is slight, but stay with your heel towards the earth and bend your knees slightly, and you should feel the shift down lower towards your Achilles tendon area. And I noticed in the first video, I couldn't even see that I bent my knee, but it's very slight, and it really switches where you feel the stretch. And then straighten your leg back out. You should feel that go back up deeper into the middle of the calf. And then strong in your front foot, step forward and switch your legs. Stay on the ball mound of the front foot, walk your front foot maybe a little bit forward. Dip your knee forward over ankle and drop your heel down towards the earth. Pull your belly in, take a few breaths. Now you're going to lose the stretch a little as you just naturally come out of it as you're breathing. Try to stay deep in the front knee. That's where you're going to get the deeper stretch. And go ahead and bend your back knee. Keep your heel where it is. And it should lower down towards the Achilles tendon. And then straighten your leg again. And step forward. We're done with the chair. If you want to move that out of the way. And we're going to come down onto the floor. So bring your knees towards the earth. And we're going to flex our toes. So press your toes into the earth. And then you can either stay here, you can hold on to something, or you can go ahead and sit back onto your heels and get that nice arch stretch in there. I think this stretch feels so good on our feet. Our feet do so much for us, and we don't always stretch them as much as the rest of our body. Next one, we're going to use our blocks or pillows. Go ahead and step your left foot forward, knee over ankle, and then lift your back knee and just draw back slightly so that this is a nice stretch here in your hip. Knee over ankle, you can bring your blocks closer, or if you don't have high pillows or blocks, bring your hand to your front knee and that will create some stability. Really pressing into your front foot. You can curl your back toes, actually gives you a deeper stretch, or you can have your foot, the top of your foot down on the ground. I like to curl. Actually, I change it up. It depends on what happens that day. Keep that in mind. Changes all the time. Roll with it. All right, belly's in. Now we're going to bring the heel down onto the earth. Hands on either side. Again, you can come here. I really prefer the blocks. I know you might not have them, but improvise, it really helps. And then big toe and little toe are in a line and your heel is pressing towards the front of the room. Draw your left hip back. And then you can inhale and lift, exhale, fold over your front leg. And one more time, let's come forward, knee over ankle, press straight up. And bring your left foot back, knee to the earth, right foot comes forward. Knee over ankle, you can pick up your back knee, bring it back a little bit more. Toes can be flexed or top of the foot right down onto the earth. Notice what feels better today. Hands can be on your knee, blocks, pillows. Sink in and breathe, pull the belly in. We'll go straight back, draw the heel out towards the front of the room. Your hips align right over your back knee. You might have to bring that forward slightly. Draw your right hip back so it's all in alignment. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold right over your front leg. Now notice if you start to bow out in your hip here, we're always trying to create ways to get out of the stretch. The body's always protecting us. It's not always the right, like when we're trying to do this, we don't need the protection. It's like, thank you, but so really come out of your hip, make sure your knee and hips are in alignment. I just caught myself doing that. And then this intensified right when I, pulled out here. And then come back up. Plant the sole of your foot and sink back in one more time. All right, bring your right back. You can come onto your knees. You can also sit on your blanket cross-legged, whatever feels best for you. We're gonna do some neck things, so we will be sitting for the next few stretches. So let's start with just our simple neck rolls. Left ear, left shoulder. And then we're gonna draw our chin down and make a line over to our chest bone and back up to your shoulder. And then dip your head straight back. Make a slow circle to center. And then bring your head to center. You don't want to just start really spinning your head around because you could pull something out. So it's nice to ease into it. Right ear, right shoulder. Dip your chin down. Draw a line to your chest bone. Back up to your shoulder. And then head back. And back to center. You can grab onto opposite elbows here, or you can clasp your hands. Draw your hands straight back. Bring your fist over to the right. Close your elbows, belly strong. Release your right ear to right shoulder. So whatever side your fist is on, that's the side you're bringing your ear to shoulder. And drop your chin down one more time. And same thing, draw a line from your chest bone over to the top of your shoulder and then back. And then find the spots that might need a little extra attention and stay there like we talked about before. Breathe into those areas. Now it's not lungs that you're breathing into, you're not actually breathing into your neck, but by breathing into your neck, you're letting your nervous system know it's okay to release those muscles that protect us so well. And then slowly come back to center. Bring your arms straight out, or if you're still holding on to elbows, switch your grip to the opposite way. Bring your arms straight out and bring them over to your left hip. Close your elbows, belly strong, release your right ear to right shoulder. Release your chin to chest. Draw a line with your chin down to your sternum and back up to your shoulder. And then straight back. And then where do you need the more love? Go ahead and slowly find those areas and breathe into them. And slowly release, come back to center. Release your hands. Go ahead and place your fingers towards your body. Spread your fingers out wide. Make sure they're nice and straight. You don't want to sickle in your wrists here, so really point them. And if you're here, that's fine. And then we're going to release our palms down to the earth. And you can pedal out your palms just like we would our feet in downward dog, just kind of pumping up the blood, warming up the area, something we don't stretch too often. And if you still need more, if your palms are straight, flat down on the earth, go ahead and bend your elbows back towards your body. And just breathe into that. Where do you feel that? I really feel it all lower wrist, and then it comes all the way up into my forearms. And then release and give them a good little shake out. Bring your arms out to a T. Left arm underneath your right. Reach for your shoulders, back of your hands, or wrap all the way around so that your palms are touching each other. Draw your hands away from your face, lift your elbows up, and just breathe right here. Let your body settle into this. On your next inhale, we're going to lift our hands up, creating a little arch in the upper back. Use your belly nice and strong to protect your low back. And on your exhale, hollow out your belly and fold forward. Curl into a little ball. Slowly inhale and rise. Lift your fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, pull your belly in, curl and fold. One more time. Back up, arms come out to a T, and then your right underneath your left. Find the position that works well for you. Pull your hands away from face, lift your elbows up, and just stay here and connect for a moment. Couple of deep breaths. Let your shoulders melt. Just breathe right into any sensations. Next, inhale, lift your elbows and fingertips, creating an arch in your upper back. Exhale, hollow out your belly, fold forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hollow out your belly and fold. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Come back up to center. Release your arms out to a T and release. Place your hands right where your neck meets your chest. And again, we're not pushing in, we're pushing down. So it's like you're pushing the skin down. And then tilt your head straight back. And then over to the left. Head still all the way back, and then over to the right. Nice and slow. find a good spot for you or a couple of spots and just breathe into them. You can readjust your hands if you need to, pull back down. Should be quite intense for most people because we tend to look down often, so this should feel like a really good intense stretch. Again, it's the fascia more than the muscle, so it's kind of a different sensation. I love that one, that's good. All right, so if you're not already seated, we're gonna grab our towel if that's what helps you sit forward, and sit cross-legged. Hold on to your knees. Inhale and come over to the left as far as you can. Inhale, inhale, come as forward as you can, keeping that inhale. And right when you get to your right knee, hollow out your belly, begin to exhale and come all the way back. All the way back, exhale, exhale, exhale. You get to your left knee, inhale, come forward. Exhale back and inhale forward. And we're going to reverse directions. Inhale forward. Exhale back. This really gets your deep abdomen really warmed up. So the breathing is very important with the belly mimicking the breath. And then you're getting those really deep muscles nice and warm. So we're going to do some hip opening, and that really supports everything and helps your low back and that kind of thing. All right, back to center. You can keep your towel there if it's helpful, especially if you have tight hamstrings, and bring your left sole of your foot to the inner right thigh. Flex your foot. Let's grab our strap for this one. This will be a handy one with your strap. And you can place the strap around your ball mound. Now, flex your toes back by pulling on your ball mound, and then line up your toes again. Big toe, little toe, all in a straight line as you draw your heel forward. You should really feel this all in the calf, hamstring, just depending on where you're the tightest. And you want to keep this hip back. So draw your right hip back as you're continuing to push out your heel. And then if you can reach, you want evenly on both sides. You're right over your leg here. The breath still applies. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold. A lot of times we get distracted, or I know I do. I'm not saying you do, but it's just very natural to kind of check out and just like you're stretching, you're like, oh, this is an easy thing. But if you stay aware with what you're doing, you're going to just get greater benefits quicker. You're going to get back to the activities you love without getting injured and just being prepared for that. So you're here, go ahead and place the strap into your left arm and then reach over towards the right, so you're kind of on the outside. If you can reach for the outside of your foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Continue to stay active. Draw through your heel. And then come back up to seated. We'll switch sides. Lengthen out your left leg. Pull your right sole of your foot to your inner thigh. You can use your strap around the ball mound of your foot. Draw your heel straight out and then notice where your feet are. Is it cockeyed this way or inversion or eversion? And just really get that nice and even and see where that has to be with the strap. It'd be so helpful. Then draw your left hip back so that your sitting bone is right directly on the earth. And then when you're ready, put both sides of the strap into your right hand. You can place your left on the mat on the outside. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, reach over to the left. your strap. Cross your left leg over the right above your knee and bend your right knee, sole of your foot on the earth, flex your top foot, and then just bring either your glutes to your heel or your heel to your glutes. Hands behind you. You can, however they're comfortable, make sure you're not putting pressure on your wrist. If your wrists bother you, come up onto your fist. And then just make sure you're not dumping into, or your shoulders are away from your ears, so you're really pushing away. Belly's strong. And the more you flex your foot, you protect your knee. You should feel that on your left hip, on the outside, and then all along the attachments in your hip. Again, if this feels really good and you want to do another round of this while we go in a little bit deeper, this is fantastic. You can also do this on the chair. I showed that in the video for the hips that we break it down. And you can do it on a couch or a chair. So go ahead and look at that one for more of a breakdown. We're going to take our left foot in the same position onto the earth, and then our right leg goes straight back. We're going to draw our heel in towards our groin. Look back and make sure that your leg is all straight, including your toes. Make sure your ankle isn't sickling out to the side. You can even put something, you can roll something up and put it under your ankle if it's uncomfortable and lifted. Square your hips forward. I do like the blocks on this one as well. And then push yourself up because it's a back bend first and a hip opener here before we lay down. So go ahead and push, pull your belly in. Shoulders down. Back toe is active, so you're pushing your toes towards the back wall. And then walk yourself forward. And you can use your block. You can be here on your arms. You can fold down. Try to have a nice flat back for the beginning part of it and reach your crown of your head towards the front of the room. And keep with the straight back. You're pressing your heart towards the earth. Couple breaths like that, and then just totally relax into it, even if there's a little curl in your upper back. And just stay with the breath, stay with the sensations that you're feeling in your body. See if you can melt them by just breathing right into the sensations. Continue to press your chest towards the earth. Point your back toe as far as you can, keeping the whole leg activated. And then push your hands into the floor, walk yourself up. Swing your right leg, the back leg around. We're gonna stack ankle onto knee on both sides and walk that front or bottom leg out so that your right ankle over knee. Again, you can use your prop, your pillow here if there's too much space and if it's not comfortable. If you don't feel anything, that's probably an indicator that the lower leg needs to come out more so that they're just stacked right on top of each other. And then make sure both sitting bones are on the earth so you're not just like over to the left-hand side. Find that nice evenness. And then again, blocks could be used, or you can just, if you can reach the earth really well, pull your navel in. And if you're forward, notice that and know that you want to be stacked so that your shoulders are over your hips. And if you're just craving a little bit more, you can go ahead and walk your hands forward and fold. But make sure that you're really, in alignment here before going too far. You're going to get more out of it, like less is more. That's a good saying. It is true. If you're in the right alignment and you're really feeling it in the right places, then less is more. If you're just pushing it, that's how we get hurt, or we're not really feeling the stretch in the right place. So tune in. And then walk yourself up. And we're gonna switch. So that foot is in the right spot. Place the left foot onto the ground. Cross over your right. And scoot your heel and your buttocks close together. Flex your top foot. You can move too. You can rock from side to side. Careful of this knee here. Really ground into your foot. Just kind of warming up. And then you can place your right foot down. Left foot goes straight back. Pull your heel in towards groin. Peek back that you're in one straight line, including your toes. You can use your blocks here. Straighten up, square your hips forward. Inhale, lift. Should feel that nice stretch in your front hip. Slight back bend here. And then exhale, fold forward, straight back, crown of your head comes straight forward. And then release. It's okay for a little bit of a curve in your back. Press your chest towards the earth. Staying active. Bring your thoughts back to your breath and the sensation. Where are you feeling this stretch? Is it different from the other side? Is it the same? Is it more intense? And push into the earth, walk yourself back up. Swing your left leg all the way around, stacking ankle over knee. Pull that bottom leg forward. Open to place the block or something, even the towel if the block is maybe too much. Flex both feet. Just sink into that for a moment. Let your body get used to it. And then now that you're adjusted, notice if you'd like to fold forward or just stay here. Your feet. Cross your left leg over the right, sole of foot plants on the earth. You could be sitting on your towel here for that added support for tight hamstrings so you're not dumping into your low back. Hug your knee in, left fingertips go to the earth. Inhale and lengthen your spine, flex your front foot. Twist over to the left. We can go a little bit deeper because we did start out with a twist earlier to warm up. And now we are warm. So inhale, lift. Exhale, the twist comes from your low belly. Twist over to the left. Eyeballs included. Look all the way to the left. And release super slow, coming back to center. Release your left leg, cross over your right, flex your front foot, hug your knee, right fingertips to the earth, push the earth away, lift, exhale, twist over to the right. We're almost there, stay focused. Really plant your right foot into the earth. Hug your knee, look all the way to the right. And slowly unwind, come back to center. We're gonna lay onto our back, so make sure your strap is nearby. Go ahead and lay back. Pull your knees into your chest. Release your right leg long and hug your left in. Pull nice and tight. And go ahead and switch. Right knee comes in, left goes long. And then keep your right leg. Strap goes around the ball mound of your foot, heel towards the ceiling. And then bring your toes up towards your head. And then bring your strap into your left hand and draw your foot over towards the left. If you don't feel this immediately, draw your toes even more towards your head. Now, if you're feeling any of this in your low back, you can take your left foot bend your knee and place the sole of your foot on the earth, and that's going to give you some added support. Continue to draw your heel up, and then you can lift your foot towards the back of the room and over slightly. Now bring your hips over to your right and then release your foot down towards the earth. Bring your right arm out to the side and you can gaze over to the right. If your foot's not comfortably on the ground, you can also put something there, a pillow or whatnot, and just have it rest there for comfort. You really want to be able to let go in this pose. Really enjoy the twist and the stretch along the outside IT band and into your hip. And then come back to center. Release your strap. You can stay where you are. I'm just going to switch sides and put your strap around the left. And then foot comes up, heel towards ceiling, toes towards the back of the room. And then bring your strap into the right and just slightly over the midsection of the body. And again, if you need more, just draw your toes back up a little bit further. And then release, and you should feel that all along the side of your leg. And bring your hips over to the left and release your foot down to the earth. Open up your left arm, gaze over to the left. Just relax into it. Again, you can put something here for your foot. Bring your foot back up to center, release your strap, and that's it. You finished. Please utilize this. You have a head to toe stretch. I think it would be really good for you to try to incorporate this. You know, I've been talking to you about it for ages, and I get asked all the time, what stretches should I do? So now you have the 4 videos that break it down in a little more detail with modifications, organized by body part that you'd like to stretch, and then you have your full body one that if you can spare 45 minutes and really get that head to toe stretch, you'll definitely see a difference in all of your activities and the things that you love to do. Miss you. I cannot wait to see you guys again, and I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much. Aloha.